Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted.
And welcome everybody to another edition of the Critical Blast Pod Blast. Tonight we have with us all the way from England, Peter Gilmore. Can you hear me?
I can, all the way from England. Yes, you're coming through clear, sir.
Like meow.
And Mandy Summers, all the way from America.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time I introduce you, which is twice now, so I can say every time, I want to say Mandy more. I would probably get a lot more visitors, I'm sorry to say, but
you would get a ton more. And she can sing. So
I've heard you sing.
It ain't good.
Yeah.
It ain't good though.
It's it's like, how did Will Ferrell go? You open your mouth and you go up and down in pitch and you say, I'm singing, I'm standing here with my dad and I'm singing.
That's how I sound. That sounds very close to maybe Elf taught me how to sing.
That's one of the only Will Ferrell movies I like, I have to admit. Everything else I'm like,
really?
I just don't quite get it. I liked First Anchorman, but a lot of times he's just a little too out there. Yeah, well, he's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, a little. He's very tall. Did you like him on Saturday Night Live?
Sometimes I liked him on Saturday Night Live. I didn't watch a whole lot of Saturday Night Live as a kid because I was bored with it. It was like you would see these excerpt shows where it's like, oh, this is hilarious. Oh, this is funny. This is great. And then I would get on it and watch, and it's like, I have no idea who this person is introducing the show. I have no idea who this band is that's playing this music. I thought it was a comedy show. And then I watched it as an adult, and they were doing skits, and it was all, I was like, still thinking, I thought this was a comedy show.
Yeah, I remember the main time I remember watching was the night that Princess Diana passed away. Because I was really, really mad. I was a kid and I didn't know who she was because, that's Pete over there. It was, English. So I didn't know who it was. No, not really. I mean, I knew she was. No, I mean, I knew who she was. I knew she was a princess, but it didn't set in that it okay, when she passed away, that's sad. But they cut into the Spice Girls doing they were the guests that night, and it cut out the Spice Girls, and I had stayed up specifically to watch the Spice Girls, and yeah, that's what I remember the most about Saturday Night Live was they cut into the Spice Girls.
Did the world a favor then?
They did
Absolutely.
not. They did not. That would have been awesome because they would have sang like "Wannabe," and they would have. Yeah, it would have been awesome. It would have been great.
So, yeah, I hate it when titchy little stuff gets in the way of my television.
Right? Exactly.
I was watching some show I loved when I was living in North Carolina, Dark Skies, which was this really cool X-Files show. And it was like they were going back. Everything that happened during the 60s, the Kennedy era, was related to the UFOs. And it was this one guy who was like the Fox Mulder of the show, uncovering it all. And the conceit was that it was 1996, and the second season, 1997, was going to be all the 70s, and they were going to do it until they caught up to 2000, the current time. And I was like watching this show, and they cut in because of a friggin' hurricane. Fran was coming in. You were still in diapers, see. And I was like, well, damn it, I'm gonna have to wait for the rerun. And of course, the show didn't get renewed. It's not on DVD. I have no idea what happened, but so okay, chat. Glad you're all here. Wyatt, Bianca, Biz Giggity, Piper. I'm gonna say that. It's easier to say. So tell me what you want. What you really, really want. And I'm sure what you really, really want is to hear something about Superdead. Now, the last time we were talking about Pirate Booty, or a pirate story.
Pirate Booty works. That it fits. Hey,
it did fit.
It did.
That one didn't come around, but Superdead has been that's been funded now, right?
It has, yes. We are overfunded. So it's so amazing. We were so happy. I think we got funded within the first, hour? It's like an hour in, right? And we were funded, Pete.
Yeah.
It went really, really quick, and no, it's doing amazing, and yeah, it's great. Pirate Booty is still going to happen. Clint had some stuff he had to go and handle, and so that is still going to take place. Just there was no point in me waiting while he handled his stuff, so I was like, well, let's move on to the next one, right? So
yeah.
We
okay,
just
you know what?
moved on.
I had to move the mic up from a throat mic to a chin mic because Piper's telling me that she can't hear what I'm saying and everyone else is coming in clear. And we just had this discussion in the green room to make sure they can hear me clearly because I got a Bluetooth microphone. There is no gain on it. There's nothing I can turn up. And I'm going through my phone where there is no gain on it. There's nothing I can turn up. This is me. I can do this, which is what I did for Charlie's London. I had to.
Oh, dear.
I had the well. I kept saying it was a Charlie Chaplin mustache, but it started to look really weird. So
yeah, that is a hard facial accessory to still wear. Charlie got in just in the nick of time because that particular beard mustache style really went downhill quickly.
Yeah, she told me though that the reason he kept it was because he kept saying, I had it first, and I'm
going
to stick with it.
Yeah, he did have it first, but
the other fella copied him. Yeah,
exactly.
He was a fan. Yeah,
it really looked bad though when I was doing all this when I had hair and I hadn't pulled it all out yet because it did part on the side and come down over my one eye there. So yeah, this mustache with that hairstyle would have just like
I don't know with the wires on it. It's a bit Salvador Dali too, I think. So
this is true. I kind of like Salvador. I'll never know what time it is, but I'll know who I am.
And there you go.
Just about know who you are. Yeah.
Just about. Time's fluid anyway, especially there. Yeah, this is a weird mic. Does it sound better this way, Piper, or does it sound better on my chin?
Well, sounds the same to me. It sounded good before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? It'll happen when I play back the YouTube. It'll be very much like Mandy saying, "Hey y'all," Peter's like, "How you doing all there?" And I'll be like, "Hi, this is Archie. I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm glad you can hear me." So, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it yet.
No.
But I will someday. So super dead, as in he's not only merely dead, he's really most sincerely dead, and he's a superhero. So fill us in on the story. What's the story? Because I know you've told the story a million times, but we have a brand new audience of 4 people here. So wait, these are all your friends. They've already heard the story too. But there will be people who replay this because they're going to come. They're going to come check out our channel, especially after today, and we'll talk about that in a little bit because right now it's all about you. It's all about you.
Oh my goodness, yes, I will. So Superdead was an idea that I had that I kind of pitched to Pete. It is about a superhero that is very valiant, very much like like you would picture Superman. Just genuinely has a love for being a superhero. The humans that he is protecting, he cares. A big villain shows up that's using a lot of dark powers, a lot of dark energy. During the final battle with him, our main hero, Captain Valor, crushes a soul stone. Now, because he's a superhero, typically that would have killed somebody, but he's a superhero. He has a very high regen or health regen. So basically, when he does it, it doesn't actually kill him. But it does. It kills his mind, like fries him. It fries his mind. He's not the same. It, just totally warps all of his powers. He still has powers, but they are not even like he used to be able to fly. Now he can't. Now he has to go through shadows to get around quickly. He used to be super, super fast. He's still superhero fast, but he lost a lot of his speed because his body's not as strong as it once was.
So he's super shambly.
Yes, exactly. So so what he does, he realizes, his mind is going quickly. He realizes that he's starting to get like a thirst almost for humans to eat them. So he's kind of he's realizing I'm becoming a little bit like a zombie. So he goes into the sewers. Oh, okay.
How do you know, without having first tried it, that you've got a craving for long pig?
Well,
I could really go for because you gotta somehow get that on your tongue the first time around. Like, yeah, that's not bad.
Here, we'll make up a story right here for that. When he was bleeding a little bit, he went like this, kind of like the Audrey 2, and he tasted a little bit, and he's like, "Oh shit, I need me some of that." So we'll go with that. He tasted his own and he liked it. So.
He licked his finger and went, "Feed me."
Feed me, Seymour.
So we'll go with that. But yeah, so he started like really wanting to eat the humans that were like, like he saw like a guy walk by and he's like, damn, he looks tasty. But he doesn't act upon it. So he goes down into the sewers where he won't hurt anybody. While he's down there, a little girl visits him, almost nightly, and she brings him a rose. And so in his mind, the humans above still think about him. They still care about him. They love him, and they are going to do. He's down there trying to control all of his urges, the new urges that he has by himself. But he's hoping that the humans above are also trying to find a way to help him, restore back to what he once was. Well, so a few events are going to take place, which is going to cause him to come back up. And while he comes back up to try to see what's going on, what's been happening, he finds out he's been absolutely replaced by a new superhero, Omega Atlas, who is, that's not going to work for me. Hold on 1 second.
Mini Mandy just walked into the room.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. Give her a minute. She'll be back.
It's the Mandy chair stream.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's okay. We just said Mini Mandy walked in.
Yeah, little one wanted something, but I sent him to his daddy. So he's down there and he comes up. He finds out that he has been replaced by Omega Atlas, who is not really a good guy. He's a superhero, but he's more like Homelander. He's evil, basically.
Okay.
He genuinely does not care about humans. This is all a show for him, basically. Like, allows him to get away with doing the really horrible stuff that he's going to do. In turn, he's a superhero, so of course he's gonna, he's a good guy, right? But he's not really. So when Captain Valor finds out, he's going to just absolutely lose his crap and go on a revenge. Like, he's going to make all the humans pay for, for forgetting about him, for not caring, for basically replacing him with this other guy. And this other guy is going to, he's going to be killing people too. So a lot of death, a lot of gore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool. Death and destruction and horror. I like it, with superheroes and capes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the what are the physicalities on this book, Peter? I mean, how many pages of it? How many pages to the book? And
48 wonderful pages.
It's a good size.
46 pages of crazy action, 2 pages with people talking.
Yep.
As somebody pointed out to me earlier on. You know who you are.
All the word balloons are on the front and the back. You figure out where they came from.
Pretty much. Yeah. We're just going to give people a bag of stickers with the word balloons, and they can just make it up.
Yeah.
Hey, stickers.
Stick it on.
A color forms comic. I love it. How would be? Did you ever have color forms, Peter? Over in England, they had color forms there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I just assume that America is the only thing that has American things, and England's the only thing that has England things, and never the twain shall meet.
It takes a bit of figuring out, because sometimes they've got different names. But yeah.
True. Yeah, I was talking with somebody about Airplane, because we got the Blu-ray, and I was doing a push on that for our website, and somebody said, yeah, over here in Australia it's called Flying High, and they showed the the cover for it and everything. It's the same cover. It just had a totally different title on it. And then underneath it said AKA Airplane. I'm like, well, if you're going to say AKA Airplane, why don't you just call it Airplane and be done with it?
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Avengers movie over here was called Avengers Assemble.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
because we've already got the Avengers, which is
this is true. And over here, when they sell the toys and anything to do with it, they always have to call it Marvel's Avengers, so that nobody walks around the stores thinking they're going to pick up a toy figure of Emma Peel or Steed. And
wouldn't complain
about
that. Oh yeah,
I'd love to get that. If it was an Emma Peel doll, I'd be taking the clothes off anyway. So
wow,
that's what you do with dolls, right?
So what you have to do with them.
Exactly.
First thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of stickers, because you said to be stickers on the back end, are there going to be any Superdead stickers as like a tier? Because I think
no, we were trying to keep it very simple this time, coming off of a campaign like Wart the Wizard, where there was so much, which I loved about it, but when it came time for fulfillment, it became a little tricky in making sure that everybody got exactly what they ordered, because people would buy under different emails, people would buy under different names, but it's all going to the same address and this and that. So we tried to make it just very, very, very simple this time. And then, maybe on Superdead too, though, we might work up to some stickers eventually. I'm just trying to keep the stress level a little bit lower than what it was last time. So
okay. So for everybody who's wanting to back Superdead and wanted to get a sticker and can't get one, we got you covered here. You can get one of these stickers right here by sending in a self-addressed stamped envelope to Critical Blast, 1097 Prestwick Drive, Belleville, Illinois 62221, and then you will be covered to get one of these beautiful 3-inch hollow foil Critical Blast stickers. In fact, we might even send you 2 of them so you can share one with a friend. And that's how you shill in the middle of the stream, guys.
Beautiful. Loved it. That was beautiful how you did that.
Smooth.
Master of the segue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what has been the reception to the idea of Superdead, especially coming in at a time where Tom Taylor is just running away with DC, all 35 cents of it apparently that's left now, with something like Deceased.
Deceased.
Deceased. Well,
I'm going to lose my mic all the time. I'll tape this thing to my ear.
Use a sticker. Use a Critical Blast sticker over your ear. Yeah, and it'll stick onto it. Beautiful.
The response from people has been good, though. Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much. 99% of people.
I didn't know if this would come down over my ears or not and hold it in, but it won't.
No.
Brain.
We have. Speaking of super things, we have Super Cat Official in the chat. So,
Hi.
now Super Cat Official, by the way, is 11 years old and has a Kickstarter called Super Cat, and it just got funded last week. So he is putting out, and he's got T-shirts and face masks and everything. So yeah, if you get a chance, check over Super Cat. I say that because I think it's really important when you have things like Pillow Man and Blanket Boy and Case List Umbrella and Super Cat, that we encourage the next generation of creators so that we have a next generation of comics to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they have success now, it'll stick.
And
Stephanie
congratulations. That is freaking awesome, Super Cat Official. I will definitely go and check out your book, and that is just freaking awesome. Congrats.
And Stefani Renee is in the chat. I haven't had a chance to learn your name yet. He's invited to come on our stream sometime next week. Hasn't committed to a date yet, and he's probably coming in to see exactly what the hell he's in for if he comes on. So,
well, you got the brain hat on, so he.
Should I wear my shirt or should I take that down? Wait! I'm supposed to.
There you go. Yes.
Need the sunglasses and.
Stefani's book looks amazing. The artwork's incredible. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought the same thing. Yeah, which is why I wanted to have him on.
Mm-hmm.
So, how many days have you got left to get this book finished up here?
Well, we have 17 days for left for the first month. We are going to extend for another month, and then we'll probably stay in demand about 1 month just while I get everything ordered and start getting stuff packaged. And we plan on having these in everybody's hands near the end of October.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you stay in demand through October, then the very least ones would probably come in late November.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Depending on when they're ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And you suddenly get a lot of people in. Once you get photos of people showing, oh, look, I got my book up on Twitter and whatever, you suddenly get people interested again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that absolutely does.
So, you've got to stay in demand.
I've been backing a lot of books lately, and it's been getting noticed from the powers on high, aka Mrs. RJ. So I've got to sell some ads on the website, which goes to my PayPal account, which is just my PayPal account, which is what I use to back books now. Which is one of the reasons why I like Indiegogo, because Indiegogo is like, I want to back this book. Indiegogo says, give us your money. I'm like, here it is. And they're like, they take it. They take my money.
Yeah.
Kickstarter is like, oh, I like that one too. I want to back that book. Okay. And then it's like a month later, I'm like, oh, I have like $20 in my PayPal account. I'm going to go buy this $19 thing. And then Kickstarter says, yeah, that $15 you told us you were going to give us last month, we come for it now. I'm like,
yes, I know.
Why did you just take it then?
But I hate when they do that because I never check my bank statements. I just check the balance, and whatever's in there is what I assume that's how much I got. And I hate when they do that. That just irks me so much.
So I'm thinking, look, this is money that was supposed to have been gone. It's not like I write it in a checkbook register. Speaking of checkbook registers, see how I do that? I just
it's perfect. It's perfect.
So I was telling you all earlier today that earlier before we started here that I had to take everything down on my laptop to just get the Superdead chat going because my Twitter was blowing up because we had just published this little article on our website. On July 30th, the Bleeding Fool had published that second part of that Whisper Network thing, and had revealed that Bill Willingham had been in touch with them about an embezzlement charge that he had levied against Stephanie Cook. And everyone's saying, oh, Bill, I can't believe you did that. And then other people are saying, Bill, I can't believe you would lie like that. Oh, defamation charges are going to be coming out, blah, 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 blah. Well, we at criticalblast.com, I have a mouse in my pocket, I guess. We got in touch with the Dodge County Sheriff's Office in Minnesota and filed a Freedom of Information Act and received today the actual police report that has been filed, as well as all of the supportive financial evidence that is basically 43 pages of Bill Willingham's bank account with everything blacked out that Bill Willingham bought and everything highlighted that Stephanie Cook withdrew from his account. So that's kicking. I don't know what's happening on my website right now. I may not have a website. We may have gone down while I'm on the stream here, because it only takes like 5 or 10 people clicking the website before we're overloaded. And then Bleeding Fool went and just reposted the whole thing. So I know their site got taken down once for this, but I don't know. Y'all have any opinions on that? Because I feel like I've just kind of shot my wad on it already once I hit send and submit. And
well, I think it's ridiculous. I think the fact that all of these women have been sitting in a little whisper network trying to ruin people's lives and their careers is disgusting. I think their excuse of, well, she made it, he made it so easy for her is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Yeah, and it's putting a bad name on all us females that are normal when, one of our own goes out there and acts like that. It's
can you say female?
Well, you shouldn't with them, but... Yeah,
I mean, it's like whenever I've said female before, they've come in and said, do you realize how much like a Ferengi you sound when you say the female? Just say woman or women. I'm like, but it doesn't always work.
It doesn't. Well, if it makes
synonyms
them feel
for a reason.
Yeah, if it makes them feel better, fine. The women in their whisper network crap, They're disgusting. It's sick. It's anybody that can sit back and be like, this guy can't feed his kids or pay his bills. They're disgusting. They're disgusting human beings.
Yeah.
Male, female, if you get your kicks off of knowing that you have ruined somebody's livelihood and that is something that you literally sit back and then you're a disgusting human being. Doesn't matter male or female, you're disgusting.
Now you've got me picturing them all around the cauldron going, trouble, trouble, boil and bubble.
That's exactly what they are. They're modern day witches, or I like to think of them that they're aliens, since aliens have the Pentagon has came out and said, well, yeah, we got some alien stuff. I now think all of those people are aliens and they've been here walking, they are among us. I think it's true, and they take form in people like that.
2020 has been such a crazy freaking year, and I think the whole thing is because the Pentagon's trying to tell us about the aliens, and they're like, okay, well let's tell everybody this month. Okay, we're going to put it out this month. Okay, we at the Pentagon have something important to tell you about these UFO pictures. COVID. Okay, let's wait a month. We at the Pentagon have something important to tell you about these UFO pictures. Earthquake and whatever. Killer ants. Drunken monkeys. It's like, can we get an open month to talk about the aliens, please?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. We got one little thing, and I haven't heard anything since. Now, Now I have not been out searching either. I haven't Googled it or anything. I figure when the news hits that, hey, we've got alien spacecraft, surely that's going to be on Twitter, right? I mean, that's not something I would think I would need to go and do research on. I would assume,
somebody will talk about it.
Yeah, somebody.
It all depends if Twitter want you to hear about it, though.
Well, this is true. But I mean, the Pentagon's already said we are in possession of vehicles not built on Earth. I'm like, well, what did Neil Armstrong put together an Ertl kit on the moon and then bring it back? Because if that's not the case, then we're talking about something much bigger than that.
Yes, and I want to talk about that instead of the ridiculousness that they talk about aliens. That would at least interest me. But that's not what we get. We get ridiculous. Every time I watch the news, I think I've been punked. It's like I'm looking for Aston, like, where are you? Because I'm pretty sure I just got punked every time I watch it because it's so ridiculous. Yeah.
ET's in the green room. They keep going back and say, sorry, you've been preempted again this month by, the cannibal ants or the murder hornets.
And then he just
push off another month.
Yep. So lame.
Uh-oh. What? No, wait a second. CG is supposed to be our friends, I always thought. And Jade Spider-Man is saying the oozing doo-doo squirts of CG are getting restless about Superdead.
They are.
They can't take it. Are you saying there are bad people in CG?
CG is like it's like anything else, right? CG is a open community. Anybody in the world can show up and say, I'm CG, right? There's nothing stopping anybody from doing that. Anybody in the world can claim CG. So the fact that there are a few rotten apples, you know what I'm saying? It's not surprising. There's so many of us. Of course, you're going to have some buttholes in the group,
Exactly.
And there are a few. They just they don't like people to succeed. They strive and they get their kicks off of, causing hate and discontent. So they cause hate and discontent. Most of them are not creators. Most of them don't even back books. They found a group and they like the drama they can cause amongst, creators. So they do it. So, it is what it is. But they're kind of
definitely is.
Yeah.
I always say, CG is just a body. It's a body of people, and every healthy, functioning body, every single one of them has an asshole, and half of them have dicks. So
comics gets more like a sausage. There's bound to be a few assholes getting there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've been always, like all my life, before CG, I would say, but recently I have come to the epiphany that it's more like religion. Whereas if DC and Marvel and the other mainstream comics were the Catholic Church, then Captain Cummings was Martin Luther nailing up his proclamation on the door. And it was like, now there's Protestant Comicsgate. And from there, all of a sudden, we had Southern Comicsgate, Free Will Comicsgate, First United Comicsgate, and all these little splinter denominations that come down. And, there's WC, which is Westboro Comicsgate.
Yep.
Yes, I said it.
That is a perfect analogy. That is, you nailed it. That is absolutely perfect. Yeah, so you're going to get that. But mostly CG has been, incredibly supportive of everything. I've done everything Pete's done. But yeah, you do, you get a few butt munches and, you just ignore them, block, or mute, block, ignore. It's, it's the internet. That's the good thing about that is, if I had a 9-to-5 job, if I have a butthole that that's a coworker, I'm stuck with them 8 hours a day. I've got to listen to the crap. I got to pick up after them. I got to, when they mess up what they're doing, I got to go in and fix it. At least with this, these are all coworkers basically, but I can mute, I can block, I can ignore, and I just continue on, creating what I want to create. That's what's amazing about CG is I don't have to do what anybody tells me. I can do what I want. And so, yeah, I just mute, block, and move on.
All right. So as a creator, then we'll actually get back on topic. What is the how far ahead do you look at stuff? I mean, are you looking at Superdead, just Superdead? When Superdead's over, then I'll think about something else. Or are you like, okay, Superdead's going to end up in late October, early November. By this point, I want to be halfway through the writing of this project, and I want to be working on the campaign for this project after that, how we're going to set that up. What's your 5-day plan versus your 5-year plan?
Well, I've got it very organized. I try to fill it to where we are constantly working on a book. So I have already begun working a little bit on Work the Wizard 2 with Pete doing all the art on this one. It gives me more free time to work on my writing. I'm not stuck at a desk drawing all day. I'm actually able to work ahead. So I've got 4 stories outlined completely for Superdead. So we can pull 4 books off of that. I've got about 10 pages of Ward 2 already completely written and ready to go. Pirate Queen, I did that one forever ago. That one was written long ago. Clint's doing the art on that now. So whenever he says, yeah, we're good to go, then we'll start on that one because I've already written it. I try to work ahead. Luckily, like I said, with Pete doing my art for me, it's working. His art is working amazing because it does give me so much more time. So yeah, I plan on as soon as Superdead's done, starting Ward 2, and then the next one, and the next, and the next, and just keep it going until until people don't want to buy it anymore.
Plus the secret. Are you planning on the secret book that you won't tell me about?
Secret book. I haven't got. Yeah, I'm working on something. But I'm not far enough yet to tell Pete what it is, because if I tell him before I have the full presentation, he's going to be like, but I need the full presentation. So as soon as I'm ready to tell him, he's going to be on board. There's no doubt in my mind. He's going to hear it and be like, you're going to hear it and you're going to be like, dang, girl, I'm liking it. Or something like Jolly Ho, that's a good book, or whatever it is y'all say, that's what he's gonna do.
I don't think anybody says tally ho if they're not hunting the foxes.
Well, no.
That is true. I've never heard you say tally ho, and I feel kind of left out because I want to hear it.
She says all these things. I just ignore it now. It just goes.
It's very ethnicist. I mean, it's not like, racist because you're both white.
Like White Holiday's awesome British accent.
His is so good. His is spot on.
No, It literally says "top of the morning" to you in an Irish accent.
Oh God!
claims it's English.
Sure, that's a bad accent if I've ever heard one.
Oh.
Well, I used to go with a Liverpool accent. I used to listen to the Beatles on the Cartoon Network. They did when they had the Beatles cartoon, and I'd go around talking like the Ringo Starr character.
That's not bad.
I was gonna say that's really good. Actually,
it's not good, but it's not bad.
It's not good. It's like Ozzy Osbourne level. The best thing about doing an Ozzy Osbourne accent, though, is that you don't have to speak English at all. You just,
yeah, you don't even have to make coherent sentences. You just mumble something.
Well, you've got to say Sharon every now and then.
Sharon. Yeah, you got to add in Sharon just so you know it's Ozzy.
I remember when he had his show, and they had that scene where. Remember when talking to your car was a big deal and you could get voice commands and he couldn't get the damn thing to work?
Yes, that was so funny. That was hilarious.
It's like when Microsoft did the Kinect thing, the voice control stuff for the Xbox. It's like everybody in the States fine, apart from maybe Wenger. Everyone fine. Over here, you have
Well, God, Wenger on a voice-controlled Xbox is like, the enemies are shooting at you. And you'd be like, fire left, got him. It'd be like, fire left, oh, hell, they got me already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I hate this game.
Mm-hmm. I can't do it. I'm not even going to try and do a Wenger. I always end up going a little bit John Wayne.
Just watch Sling Blade for an hour and a half, and you can come out of it, and it'll be in your head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Damn it. Yes. Good Lord.
I've only just got like what? Like what?
So I heard the number 4 being used in conjunction with Superdead books. So now we know how many stories are in the Superdead arc, or is that just how many you've got so far?
That is how many I have so far. I could keep it going. When I write, I always try to leave options of a continuance. I don't like finalizing things. I don't like the Wizard. I made it to where nobody died. Now I can't do that in this book. People die. But I do try to make it where there is where I could continue if, Superdead does really good. And by book 4, people are still like, no, make another one. I don't want to have killed off somebody that I would have really liked to, or have to figure out how do I bring them back? What do I do?
Just the dead and raising the dead. I could work
with it. Yeah, I could work with it. But
you have like an Immortal Man character.
Yes. There is an idea.
And they just keep going back and forth. I kill you, you come back. I kill you and eat you, you come back. So
like Friday the 13th, make them like Jason.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. I hate, having to kill a really good character. And I say that because I'm now the writer on Warren Murphy's Destroyer series, the Remo Williams stuff.
Ooh, awesome.
And they had so many great villains in the past that they killed because, Remo's an assassin, and if they keep surviving, he's not really good at his job.
Yeah.
But some of the characters were just great, and I've had to come up with creative ways to bring some of them back, which haven't been published yet. But and then I've gone off and killed some of the ones that people did like, and I was like, I don't like that one, so I'm going to kill him. And it's the next writer's job down the line to figure out how to bring him back if they want.
Right.
But by golly, I'm going to leave him a puddle of blood to work with, so you better come up with something really damn creative.
Right. Yeah, so I do have 4 that are completely outlined that I could do. And Pasa, I could keep going, or, if people aren't into it anymore.
I've got ideas. I just need to bludgeon her over head with my ideas constantly until she takes one on board.
I did take some.
No, for future stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably completely forgotten. We did have a conversation once. Yeah, she probably just like, no, shut up, Pete.
No, I remember. Are you kidding me? I remember everything.
Shut up, Pete. Get back to drawing.
I have the mind of an elephant. I never forget anything.
I do. Don't forget, I do actually live in Mandy's basement.
He does. I throw food down there every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That's very good. So is the plan to like, are you going to keep alternating? Like you're doing Wart the Wizard. Yes, that's saying it correctly.
Yes.
After that, I kind of like Walt the Wizard. No, it's Wart the Wizard. Why does it sound weird when I say it?
Walt Whitney.
You're doing Walt Whitney. That's his brother.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who made it in the family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's
you're doing
good
Wart.
wizard.
Yeah. You do Wart after this, then you're going to do another Superdead. You're going to keep alternating with something other than Superdead, something other than Superdead, or is it just whatever's up on the table at the time?
No, I plan on doing kind of what you said, like just the alternating, go from one to the next. That way Pete doesn't get burned out on drawing the same stuff. It keeps my artist, keeps him interested. So
Wart the Wizard's going to be a lot faster to draw than Superdead.
Yes.
Superdead is, I mean, for example, I've been working on the same page now for what, 3 days, 2.5 days? Just because, I mean, it's the joys of working with a writer with an imagination is you'll just get, I mean, it sounds to anyone else just like a throwaway panel. It's like, he walks outside and there's this. And you're like, okay. But then it's all the this. It's like buildings, cars, trees, people, besides what the focus of the thing is.
Yeah.
So with something like Wart the Wizard, I could probably get away with simplifying the background a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But Superdead, it's like every window,
Yeah.
Oh, you're having to go George Perez level on the backgrounds.
Yeah. It took me a day to just draw the background on one panel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with Wart though, he can. It's such because it's a children's book. It's very simplified. I
mean, that's not to say I won't throw detail in there, but
But yeah, it still won't be like nothing like this.
It's a fantasy world, so I'm not having to replicate real buildings and real cars.
Yeah, the house that Wart lives in looks kind of like what the Teletubbies live in a little bit in the first one. So yeah, you can play around more. You can be sillier and goofy. Yeah, that baby in the sun used to creep me out. That was
I figured he grew up into Ethan Van Sciver.
Right. Oh my gosh, he does.
And you know what? It's not even an actual baby's voice on that laughing.
No.
It's a woman. It's a grown woman, and she got paid every time those titles ran.
I need to do that.
Oh my God. Just do one thing and get paid for it forever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find a job like that where I can just like an idiot for a couple minutes and just make money off that the rest of my life.
There you go.
That sounds
speaking
exciting.
of
Twitch, go to Twitch. There you go.
and be sure to check out Mandy's OnlyFans account. It's linked below. No.
Yeah.
And mine. Don't forget mine.
Yeah, Pete has his too. He's been working hard on. I've been working hard.
I keep joking. Don't. I keep joking, but I'm going to do it. I am going to start one.
Well, we do have a link in the description below, and it is the link to the Indiegogo for Superdead. So if you're in the chat and you haven't already backed it, by all means, hit that link and get out there and get your copy of Superdead reserved for when it comes out. It looks like it's going to be really fun. You got your choice between an awesome Peter Gilmore cover or that sexy John Malin cover. If you can't make up your mind, get both of those covers. That would be the only sane thing to do, I would think. Speaking of doing something and making money from it, I'm going to get super personal here. So you can tell me it's none of my business, but I've got to ask the questions. What is the creative relationship that you both have with Superdead? And I say that because I know that Mandy's writing it. It's her creation. And a lot of the writers that I talk with who crowdfund, they're the ones getting the money from the crowdfunding because they've already paid the artist up front because artists like to get paid up front. Is that the same thing here, or are you guys co-creators on this one working with incoming funds?
Right. Yeah, no, everything that we get, we are just splitting down the middle after fulfillment and the orders have been done. I can't pay Pete a page rate. Are you kidding me? So no, we're doing it. Pete is he's amazing, and we're really, really close friends. And yeah, so we're just going any campaign we do together. We're just splitting it completely down the middle. And yeah, that seems like a good, fair way to, because Pete does throw in ideas, and yeah, I mean, he's doing, and the art, dude, the art is absolutely incredible. So yeah.
And without Mandy doing all the promo and stuff, because it's like, who wants to see me when you can look at?
Why are you pointing out? Why am I up so much and you're down so low? Sit right. Why do I look?
Oh God! Oh.
Why do I look so tall and you're like meeting me standing beside me? There.
Mandy and a pair of Oompa Loompas.
There. Now I'll scoot down. There. Now you can be the tall one.
No, I mean, I can do promotion, but my kind of promotion is like showing off artwork, and there's only so much you can show off, from in a comic.
Well,
this
is true without giving the whole thing away.
Yeah. And to be honest, there's not many panels that don't spoil stuff from here on. After the first 12 pages,
yeah.
It's hard. You got a taste of what it's going to look like. You're not going to get no more of the story here.
Right. We just wanted to put some of the writing up and some of the art, let them see what Pete's bringing. And honestly, I kind of wanted to show people, because they're used to reading, the people who have received war, they've read my version of a child's book. This is much different than that. My writing styles are very, very different from one book to the next. So I wanted people to see this is not this is not kid friendly at all. So
plus this is the first book I've done that's not had like a cartoony style. So
that's true, because the things I have seen from you, the things I have seen from you have been Wark the Wizard and Case of the Littlest Umbrella and that kind of very kind of cutesy kind of stuff.
Yes.
And it's funny that you have to demonstrate that, because I'm sure a lot of artists are told, I'd like to get something from you, but your style is this, and never think, to ask, can you do that? I was at a convention, a Wizard World in St. Louis, 3 years ago now, and I saw what's his name, Dan Doherty. He does the Beardo comic strips, and he had these great panels up behind him here. He does the Winnie the Pooh Justice League and the Winnie the Pooh Avengers, and I was like, they're fantastic stuff. You should look them up on Instagram.
You should check out my Winnie the Pooh artwork.
I'll do that.
I imagine yours is
do it. Yeah, it's all on my Twitter. Yeah, it's they're all deformed and
that's what I figured.
Apart, and Winnie the Pooh's been stung to death by the bees and all that kind of stuff.
You hurt Winnie the Pooh. How could you? Yeah. Yan would not be happy with you at all.
There's a picture on my Twitter somewhere. He's kind of just floating down from the beehive, and he's just got stingers in his face, and half of it's swollen up and pustules, and poor Winnie.
Edward Bear dies from anaphylactic shock.
Tigger looks like he's had a lobotomy. He's not the brightest,
But yeah, I asked Dan, I was like, I like your style, but I'm looking for somebody who can draw in an Archie style. And he's like, I can do Archie style. I was like, yeah, but you're not showing anything. He's like, I can do Archie style. So I ended up, I paid like $125 for an Archie drawing, because I said, okay, I want this. He's like, well, that's $25 per character. And what I ended up doing, I've shown it on my Twitter before. I have to dig it up again, because my son has it hanging in his room, because he's got like thousands of Archie digests out on the shelf out here. I mean, that's all he reads. But it was the little Archies, kind of like the older version, the tiny versions of them.
Right.
And it's Betty and Veronica walking off with my son drawn into the picture in Archie style, arm in arm, with Archie going like, what the hell just happened? And Jughead laughing his ass off at Archie's reaction. So, and it came out gorgeous. And I was like, I'm so glad I asked you to do that and didn't spend the entire convention walking around looking for an Archie artist. And not having time to get it done, because it took him the whole day to do it, and he was sending me shots of it's like, hey, how's it looking so far? And like, oh, I love that, and he's sending it to me on my phone. And worth every penny I paid for. It's framed. It looks absolutely gorgeous in his room.
That is awesome, and that's so cute. Oh my gosh!
I'll dig it up after the chat and put it on my Twitter. Not that anybody's going to see it on my Twitter.
Yeah,
your Twitter's going to be you're going to be popping.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh yeah, right. What happened? Something on my Twitter? I have no idea. Well, I was going somewhere with that. Oh, I was going to say yes. Never be ashamed to ask an artist if they can do a style that they're not representing. So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I asked Pete when we had already talked. We were already in process of doing this book, and I was writing it. And I messaged him, and I was like, Pete,
better check. Yeah.
Can you draw cars? And he's like, yeah, I can draw cars. And I'm like, oh,
you mean
good.
Like Pixar?
Yay! Yes, thank goodness. Well, it's just because I was held back so much with the story of Work the Wizard 1 just because of my own capabilities with art. I'm a writer. I'm not an artist. I can do cute little stuff, but I'm not an artist. So, like, if you wanted me to draw a gun, yeah, don't even ask. It's gonna look ridiculous. So yeah, I asked at a car, the same thing. I could draw like the little kid cars, where they look they look like a little potato or something. I could draw that, but yeah, I wanted to make sure before But now I don't even check with Pete. I'm just like, he can draw it. He's got this. So, but
he can draw anything.
Yeah, pretty much. I have not found anything yet that he can't.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you can draw, you can draw. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one.
Some people say that they only have a certain style, and some people can do multiple styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I did. One of the first things I did when I packed in the day job years ago to go out and just do art. First things I did was for a charity, and it was a calendar, a dog's charity, and it was a calendar of famous paintings and artwork, but with dogs instead of like whatever characters. And so like I did the Mona Lisa, and there's like a H.R. Geiger one, and it's but all that. So I kind of had to learn to paint like all these different people that was crazy.
H.R. Geiger. I had another art commission that and this is a lesson learned too that I took from this convention, where I went to this guy, said, here's what I want you to draw, and I gave it to him, and I said, and I opened my mouth, which was my first mistake but probably saved me down the road. I said, because I want to put it on t-shirts. And he puts the pen down and says, wait a minute now.
Yeah.
This is totally different thing here. And I was like, is it now? It is. I learned that, you bought it, you own it, you can't do nothing with it. But we worked out a deal. So, he got a t-shirt out of it, and I paid a little bit more for it.
Yeah, big difference between the commission and commissioning work for to sell, to commercial use. Commercial use, there you go.
Yeah.
For commercial, big difference.
I'm just cotton-headed ninny muffin. I don't know anything about that. I just, I bought a piece of artwork. I'm going to use it for something.
Right.
So fortunately, I've known that ever since now. But I had him say, here's what I wanted. And I got H.R. Puffin stuff from Sid and Marty Krofft. Okay? Mm-hmm. Except that his head is extended forward, and he's coming back like the alien queen, and his tongue is sticking out as Jimmy the Flute. And the alien letters going across the top of the head says H.R. Giger stuff.
Nice.
So I like it. That's my kind of humor. That is available on our TeePublic store, by the way, folks. No one's ever bought it. No, I take it back. 2 people have bought it. You can find our TeePublic store is linked down below in the description, as are the links to the books that Critical Blast Publishing publishes, including our latest, The Devil You Know, 370 pages by 20 different authors of people's encounters with Old Scratch himself. That's available on Amazon. Because I'm always shilling.
Always. You got to. And that's a beautiful cover. I like that cover on that one.
I was very happy with this. And when we do the next one, which we're going to alternate too, like you're doing with Superdead, it's going to be The Devil You Know Better. And it's going to be the same cover, only he's going to be going like this with the thing.
I love it. Very cool.
I cannot draw a stick figure, but I'm very, very good, I have found out, at art direction and telling somebody what I want and how it goes.
See,
and it's
Pete,
been working for me.
that's what it's called. Art direction. See? That's what it is. I'm good at art direction too.
There you go. And for everybody watching who is an artist in with this crowdfunding bent in mind, but can't write, I'm a writer who can't hire an artist. I'll be happy to work in collaboration with you on some stories that I've got that I'm saving kind of sort of for the graphic novel thing. If you want to be drawing the next Harry Potter kind of story about fairies on the internet. So hit me up in my DMs for that if you can, if you're interested at all.
That sounds freaking awesome.
And it will definitely be a 50-50 split of whatever we can make on it. So, because I'm easy. I want to make money, but I don't have to make all the money. For instance, this is Bulletproof, our hardcover young adult superhero novel by Stephen J. Mitchell. 16-year-old kid who wakes up to find out he is bulletproof. It's the Spider-Man smartass kind of stuff that Lee and Ditko used to do. But, Cody's got the attention span of a ferret on pixie sticks. So his friends have to keep him focused. Otherwise, the terrorists who also want to be bulletproof will find a way to take him apart and get the secret for themselves. But Stephen Mitchell is a single dad, teenage daughter, and he's job displaced by COVID right now. So we have basically said all the royalties on the book, you get them all. We're not keeping any publisher funds out of it. So whatever the printer sends us after the printing costs, just go straight to Stephen during this COVID time while he's trying to keep the lights on, and we're trying to help him keep the lights on. All those links are in the description below, but the very first link is, of course, Superdead, and it's all about Mandy and Peter tonight. So if you haven't checked out Superdead, we encourage you to click that IGG link and get out there and take a look at that artwork. We have not shared any of the artwork. Do you want to do that right here before we close out here? We got a couple of minutes. Whoever wants to share the screen.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it, Pete?
Go, Mandy. Go, Mandy.
Okay. Go, Mandy.
Go,
Mandy.
I mean, I've got the page.
It's your birthday.
You know what?
It's not Mandy's birthday.
Oh.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. I got a few more months. But let's see. So this is the campaign page, but in that sweet John Malin cover. Look at that butt. He draws a good butt. And there's Pete's cover. Let me scroll down here. This is one of the interior pages, a splash page from near the ending of the book. It's the bell tower scene. And what you're looking at right now is you see Devour is riding on top of Omega's back right here. Omega's trying to get him with the odds with his, the lasers. And he can't get his head because, unfortunately, that's not one of his abilities, is to be able to turn his head all the way around. So he can't get up there. But while they're, just falling down to the ground, he's scratching and clawing and just ravaging him as they are going down. And you can see that the bell tower broken up here and the bell, coming down behind them. And a little bit further down from that, you have the first 12 pages of the book. And these are the actual pages. These aren't sampled. These are the first 12 pages of the book. This is what the pages are. So fully lettered, so you can read it. You can check out all of this amazing art that Pete's done. As you can see, he's going into the shadows now. And little girls bringing them the rose, as you can see. And he has made a little bit of a throne. You're down in the sewers for 10 years. You're running around eating rats. You're living like a savage. You got to make you a throne out of sewage trash. So he's got a sewer trash throne he is sitting on like a true baddie.
With the sewer gator, the dead sewer
gator at the top.
Because we always flush our gators down the sewers.
Yeah,
always.
I want to do a flashback scene where he's fighting the sewer gator, but it's not going to happen. I just want to draw Devour fighting
gators.
Yeah.
So, and right here you see there's a guy that is driving around, but, he's not doing the right thing. He's drinking, he's smoking. You can't drive like that. And, the superhero shows up to, as you can see, he's saving the day the way only Omega Atlas can. Down here and flying off like that. And then these two characters right here, they do play a huge role, but they don't, but they do. So they are here. So you were looking at Emma and Colt here. They are a couple in the book, and he's going off, gonna go get her coffee. She's sad about the guy that was, drunk driving and wrecked his car. Nobody knows, just no superhero was here, obviously, as you can tell, though, that's the exact same car right there. So, you can see that the news is kind of covering for the fact that Omega Atlas was actually there and crushed this guy when, it's just a drunk driver. Things happen. So, he's going to, another, situation. He's down here like a car is about to hit him. But no, a bank vault falls on top of the car and stops it in the nick of time. Because these guys are bank robbers and they forgot to take all the money out of the bank. So Omega Atlas is here and he's bringing them the money. Gonna help them. Nice of him. They forgot some.
Making sure he's dividing it up equally between them there, see?
Yeah, he's dividing it up equally between them as he shoves it down their throats a little bit.
And redistributing this wealth.
Redistributing the wealth a little bit. And as you can see in the background, another car is coming by shooting at him. But it goes right through this guy's head right here. So, his friend ain't doing so hot either. So, you can check out some of the art, read the story, all that good stuff on the campaign page.
And what are the buy-in levels that we're looking at here? I mean, what's the Ron Popeil pitch on this? All for $19.99 plus shipping and handling.
Well, we have a few tiers available, just for what, depending on what you want. So let's see, up here you can get the one that we have is a featured. Comes with both covers, and also we have added sketch cards. With this one, you can get a sketch card that Pete does and a sketch card that I am doing. So you'll get both creators of the book. You'll get a sketch card from each of us signed. And then also you can just get the John Malin cover if you just really, really want that one, or you can get Pete's cover. You can get a t-shirt. Now we've added t-shirt because I wanted a t-shirt. So anytime there's something I want, I end up adding it to the campaign because I want a t-shirt. So I assume
if you want it, everybody else will.
Everybody else might. So I wanted a t-shirt. So you can get just the t-shirt also, and that can be included as an add-on. You can get both covers without the sketch cards, just both covers for $45. We have both covers with the sketches and a piece of original art from the book, an interior page. We only have 20 of those that we are offering, though, because we want to make sure everybody gets just the coolest page ever. So we've done 20 of those. And then for $1,000, if you're really, really wanting to spend some money, we have this one where you can get the original cover art from Pete's cover. One sketch from Pete, a sketch from me, and then also both of the books for $1,000.
Okay.
Because
I'm betting the next one is the other cover, and it looks like it's gone.
It's gone. Yes. Well, we had the trading card is gone. The trading card art that we unlocked. And we have the that was a trading card as well. Both are trading cards. So both of those are gone. Yeah.
Yeah. The next stretch goal unlocks the Darkness homage cover.
Yes.
So
right.
Yeah. So we will be putting up the original art for that as well.
I love that when you put up the artwork for that on Twitter, and you're like, look, it's an homage to the Darkness #1, and people are like, oh my God, they're ripping off the Darkness #1. I'm like, they said literally it's the homage to the Darkness #1.
What was even funnier is somebody actually not messaged them, but just straight on Twitter. But they were like, "Did you think we wouldn't notice Peter Gilmore?" And it's like, We kind of hoped that you would.
That was the point of it. Yeah.
That was kind of the point of it. Pete and I both are huge Darkness fans. And when Pete was just messing around, like, I'm bored. He wasn't working on anything that day, and he was like, I'm bored. I want to draw something. I was like, ooh, do a Darkness with Superdead. That would be so cool. Again, it was something I wanted. So, yeah, Pete was like, all right, yeah, I ain't doing nothing anyway. So, yeah, he did it, and I loved it.
Got to interrupt.
Yeah.
Got to interrupt because we want to put this comment up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bap. Appreciate you being here. Always. Bap is like, he's like the channel's biggest fan. He's here every time we do a live stream. And I swear to God, he buys whatever book is on, Bap buys. So we're the home shopping channel of comics for Bap too.
Nice.
And we're going to keep doing that. In fact, tomorrow night we have Ryan Hack with Bric-a-Brac on.
Ooh.
Yeah. Saturday will be the LCS guys.
Another one. Who's on the next?
Saturday we have the LCS guys talking about comic shops, and then Tuesday night we take a deviation. We have no comic book creator on here, but for those of you who grew up watching Guiding Light, we have actress Crystal Hunt will be on the live stream talking about her new series Mood Swings, which will be airing on PureFlix streaming services. So if you're a soap opera fan, I said we do this live, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll let her know." I'm like, "Cool, trap."
That is awesome. That is very cool. Who did she play on Guiding Light?
Oh,
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, my
she
bad.
was a teenager, troubled teenager. Blah, I have no idea.
Gotcha. I was never. I know of Guiding Light, but I was more of a what was the other one? Like Sands of Days of Our Lives. It was Days of Our Lives that I
Young
went
and the Restless.
through. I went through a couple of years where I was really, really into some Days of Our Lives. I was like, what's Sammy doing? What's she up to? I hate her. Yeah, I was really into some Days of Our Lives. Yeah. Embarrassing enough.
What I was going to say before Bap threw me off the rails by buying into the book series was you had asked Peter, can you draw cars? And of course, you're stealing people's cover art. I want a tier, and maybe you can do it on the next one. We do it on the next one. Just throwing it out there, guys. Since he's already super, and Peter can draw cars. Just have him lifting a great big green coop over his head that he's smashing into the ground.
Dude, do you know what? I was going to do that. I almost did that one.
That would be awesome.
Almost drew that, yeah.
That would
just to see if people would say, "Look what they're ripping off now."
I mean, we've already got, the Spider-Man 300.
Spider-Man 300.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there's the Darkness one, obviously.
That's gorgeous.
Someone can buy that eventually when we unlock, which we're about to. We're about to hit that 10K goal.
Yeah, we're very close to hitting it. So.
What is very close? Let's scroll up and take a look at roll that beautiful bean footage.
I think we're like 600 something off.
Let me refresh.
We were at 9380.
Sorry, my internet's funky today.
Trust me, if I refreshed it, we'd be here all night.
Yay.
Nice.
9415. So yeah, $585.
585 to go. Yeah, we'll get there.
Unlock it.
Yep.
Very, very cool. All right. Well, we're here a little bit over an hour, and I would love to just talk with you guys all night, but you probably got better things to do. And
I think we've got another stream, haven't we?
We do. We are leaving.
Well,
we are going.
You should have told me 8 minutes ago.
No.
It's at 9:30. So we're still 20 minutes away, or a little over 20 minutes away. So we're good.
All right. Well, good. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to let you all go anyway. Mandy, it's been a pleasure having you and Peter on.
You too.
Always fun to talk with you guys. Always enjoy going over to Mandy's channel or Graded Point 5 or Charlie's London for Ladies' Night, which is always a fun time being had there. So definitely check out their channels and subscribe just to fill your nights to have some fun instead of watching me talk all the time. And be sure to hit that link for Superdead. Get out there and back the book. And with that, if I can get a little bit of control over this mouse, I'm going to hit this end broadcast button. Because seriously, my computer, once I started streaming, it's like, you want me to act like I was made after 1999?
Yeah,
okay.
Right? I know, right? Ridiculous.
So it's a little slow. I'm going to go just watch my Twitter feed blow up for the rest of the night and see if...
you're going to have a fun night.
Yeah.
I'll have to log into my stealth account, too, just to see what the people who've blocked me are already saying about it.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right.